Hi, everyone. I'm Toby. Welcome on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon. We've got a full sun. It's almost 80 degrees here in East Tennessee. So it's unseasonably warm, but there's such a nice breeze. It really is a lovely day. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you are returning. I hope that several folks are able to join us today. I look forward to a robust conversation in the live stream comments. If you are looking at this later, please feel free to leave a comment down below and I will respond as soon as I get a chance. So, we're going to talk about a few things today. The channel has had a recent brand change. I explained that in a video a couple of weeks ago. I am Toby, the adventurer. My name's Toby. I've always said that. Um, the reason I did that was explained pretty succinctly in that video, but I'm going to dig into that a little bit deeper. Many of you have known me for a long time as Toby, the kilted adventurer, and that's true when I hike. Most of the time, I'll wear kilts. Sometimes I don't, but I also do a lot of other things. So, what prompted that change? As you know, if you've been watching recently, a couple of things are true. First of all, I am in a final push to get monetized on YouTube fully. I actually just got fully monetized on Facebook, so thank you for that, Meta. I appreciate your faith and those who follow me over there. I do post a lot of additional content, but my push this year is on the YouTube side. So, the 4,000 watch hour challenge is going on, 66% of the way there. So, thank you for everyone who has been watching content. I've definitely seen an uptick. We have a number of wonderful playlists. That's the best way to support that effort. But that's not really what we're here to talk about tonight. I bring that up because I have noticed a pattern that I get a number of views, anywhere from 150 usually to about 300 on hiking videos, travel videos, which I also make, and then sometimes I'll do a top 10 facts video, seem to actually do a lot better. Now, my passion is the outdoors. My passion is nature. I love hiking. That part of the channel really isn't going to change. But it occurred to me that I had a branding issue. The videos that you watch the most are actually my travel videos. And when I travel, do I wear a kilt? Sometimes. Oftentimes I don't. I am a guy who loves my family, likes to hike, works as hard as I can, try to be a great neighbor. And when I hike, I wear a kilt and a backpack. I have a hiking stick, I have hiking boots, a lot of really comfortable and cool equipment. However, I wanted to be able to share more of that with you. And when I realized that I had put a self limitation on the channel, I thought it was really important to recognize that. You already know me as Toby. That's who I am. My identity is not a garment of clothing that I wear. I know that's very important to some people. I respect that. But it's part of who I am. My identity is a child of the Most High. And my name is Toby. So thank you for working with me through that minor branding transition. I hope you really enjoy some of the content that is coming up. It will definitely be more encompassing than it was before. So you'll see more parts of my life. We'll be able to share more adventures together, and hopefully it will help to continue to build the audience. By the way, stay hydrated. So one of my most recent videos was actually a hiking video, and it was one of the most fun adventures that I've had in a very long time. If you haven't looked yet at that, there is a link in the description of this video. It was a kilted adventure to Mount LeConte. Basically, Bill and I climbed Mount LeConte. We used the Alum Cave Trail, It's very icy, very beautiful, lots of adventure, quite a bit of danger, some beautiful things to see. If you haven't seen those parts of the Smokies, I really encourage you to do that trail if you're capable someday. If not, watch my video, watch Bill's video, which he released last night. It is really an incredible experience. The video that's coming out this Friday is called Bill and Toby's Excellent Great Smoky Mountains Adventure. So that goes back to the brand change. We were exhausted after climbing that 6,000-foot mountain, much of it straight up in the snow and ice. We weren't going to hike day 2, but the Smokies have so much to offer. So there is an adventure that you'll be able to share along with me. We start in Gatlinburg. We make it over Newfound Gap, many of the scenic overlooks, the Sugarlands Visitor Center, a lot of amazing waterworks, including the sinks. And then, of course, you have to see Cades Cove anytime you are in the Smokies. So that's another adventure that you'll be able to join very soon. The next video I'm going to make, hopefully you'll really enjoy this. It was a very serene experience, was the Billy Graham Library. I spent a few days in North Carolina recently, and I had to see the Billy Graham Library. Now, if you look at the website, it says clearly that it is not a museum, it is a ministry. I did not have time to take the tour because of the time of the day I got there, but I was able to see all of the grounds, really a tribute to the ministry of Billy Graham, who touched so many people here in America and around the world. It was really a beautiful experience, and I'm going to share that with you as well. Again, Toby the Adventurer, not only outdoors and hiking, but plenty of that to come. So while I was in North Carolina, I took the opportunity to go to 2 state parks that I've never been to. The first one was called Crowder's Mountain State Park. Now, keep in mind, I went on a Saturday. And I went about an hour before the office and welcome center opened, so there were probably 8 or 10 other cars there. Not too bad. However, on the way back down the mountain, jumping straight to the end, and then I'll tell you about the adventure, there were literally hundreds of people. The parking lot was full. The overlot parking was full. There were buses, there were shuttles, there were vans. Crowder's Mountain State Park. Keyword, crowd. Lots of kids, lots of school groups, it appeared, lots of very large families. Again, I usually get to trails early, so it was a magnificent experience to get to see all of those wonderful people. The adventure is the climb to King's Pinnacle. It was a lovely hike. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars on all trails. I've started doing trail reviews there. I only have a handful. Should have been doing them for years, but I have started contributing to that community as well. But the climb was beautiful. It was not too steep, but it was a steady climb. King's Pinnacle offered breathtaking views of the surrounding North Carolina countryside and different mountains that were available. Again, if you are joining in the live stream, feel free to post a comment or leave a question. We are talking about some updates to the channel, the direction the channel's going, and some things that are coming next. We're also going to talk about hiking etiquette, so stay around to the very end. Crowder's Mountain, there were a number of people trail running, so the trail conditions are good enough to trail run. I met a couple of really incredible people at the Pinnacle. One was a law enforcement officer, so really happy to meet you, sir. Thank you for your many years of service. Also met a new friend who recently moved to North Carolina from Pennsylvania. So he said that he has really been enjoying the North Carolina area. It's always a pleasure to meet new people on the trail. The other state park I went to in North Carolina was Morrow Mountain State Park. The trails there were fine. The park was smaller and less crowded. Not as remarkable of an actual hike, but there is some really interesting geological features there and a lot of history going back to the Native American days. It'll be a few weeks before I edit and publish that one, but I think it's going to be really interesting. The rock that was underneath was a green, lime green color. Um, Really fascinating. I don't know all the details in history. Sometimes I do research ahead of time. Sometimes I do more research afterwards. But Crowder's Mountain and Morrow Mountain State Parks were both worth the visit. Both had great views when you get to the top. I really appreciate North Carolina park system, which was free. And I also appreciate that not all state parks are um, for their hospitality. So let's talk about trail etiquette. If you have questions or want to make a comment, either now live or in the future watching this on playback, please do. Thought it would be fun to do some reminders about trail etiquette when you are hiking, as it is becoming spring, which is going to be even more popular than hiking than the winter. I prefer winter. Lots of people like to get out in the spring. A couple of weeks ago, I went to North Chickamauga Creek Gorge on a afternoon. Can you actually believe that I hiked on an afternoon? But I did. I prefer morning hikes, but an afternoon hike is better than no hike at all. There were a lot of people. It was really nice to see so many young people, especially out hiking that day in that beautiful newest Tennessee State Park. But most of them did not understand basic trail etiquette. So I thought maybe nobody's ever taught them. So that's what we're doing right now. Let's talk about some basics. Number one, yield to uphill traffic. If a hiker is going uphill, they have the right of way and should be given priority. If you're coming downhill, be prepared to step off the trail and let the uphill hikers pass. Now, why is this? I have shared with many of you in several of my videos that I actually prefer a moderate uphill pace to downhill. Downhill to me is more challenging because of some joint issues that I have to work around. However, climbing does involve momentum. And when you have a good pace, you've got your heart rate up, you are moving. It is etiquette for those who are coming down who have the benefit of gravity to allow trail hikers that are going up to have the right of way. So remember, yield to uphill traffic. Stay on the trail. Stick to marked trails and avoid creating additional switchbacks or creating new paths. This helps protect the environment and it prevents erosion. It also prevents confusion. There was a trail I was on earlier this week where there was a lot of off trail traffic, as evidenced by how beaten down it was. And it was really challenging to find my way back to the trail. More importantly, though, the trails, are set up a certain way to prevent erosion, to help with water flow. That's really important. So if there's a shortcut, you feel like bushwhacking, maybe think twice. If you are hiking faster than others, and this happens to me a lot, I average about 2 miles an hour. That is not a fast pace. Up Mount Lakota, I average 1.1 mile an hour. Certainly not a fast pace. Always alert others. Announce your presence and indicate which side you'll be passing on. It could be a simple on your left or passing on your right. That's sufficient. Nobody wants to be frightened or startled, so it is courteous to announce yourself when passing. Leave no traces. This is a big one. Pack out all the trash, including food scraps, cigarette butts. Please dispose of your pet or human waste properly. Follow the leave no trace guidelines. Remember, leave only footprints and take only photographs. We don't want to disturb wildlife or their habitats. Having participated in a trail cleanup a few weeks ago with a great group of folks, It's amazing how fast, especially more popular places, get trashed. So let's not do that. All right, we are talking about hiking etiquette. Please leave a comment below. Since no one is joining live, hopefully you can get value from this after the fact. Number 5, keep your voices low. Avoid shouting or making loud noises that disturb other hikers or wildlife. And be mindful of your surroundings. Last Saturday, especially, Saturday, when I was on Crowder's Mountain, I could definitely tell when somebody was within a quarter of a mile in many groups. Now, I'm not talking about with children. Children laugh, children have fun, children are rambunctious. Children are supposed to do that. That's the way God made them. But there's no reason to shout and make wild, loud, obnoxious conversation. Just my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Greet fellow hikers. A simple hello or good morning can really go a long way. It creates a positive, friendly atmosphere. Now, I have noticed a lot of people have started hiking with earbuds or muffs on their ears. I don't personally understand that. I don't listen to any sounds or music when I'm hiking. I think there's enough noise in our lives already. Nature has a healing property, both mental and physical. However, um, if you have the ability to speak and hear and acknowledge others, I think being friendly can really go a long way. Um, Respect wildlife. Always stay a safe distance and avoid feeding any wildlife. They have the food they need. They don't need yours, and it can make them get used to humans giving them those foods, especially in regions where there are bears or other possible dangerous wildlife. So let's avoid feeding those. Couple more. Be aware of your surroundings. Potential hazards like rocks, root, uneven terrain. Be prepared for changing weather conditions and have appropriate gear. That was a miss on my part on LeConte. Bill nor I brought spikes, so we could not summit the mountain. We got close. We probably went a little further than we should have, but we didn't have the appropriate gear. A few weeks ago, you got to see a video I put out called, let's see, Piney Falls Frozen. There was a trail rescue that I helped participate in a small way that day. No blame at all is cast on that. It's just that was a really potentially dangerous condition for that trail, and there was an accident, which happens. And I'm just glad that we actually were somewhere where we had cell service and could get the Ray County Rescue Squad to come out. Check the weather ahead of time. You don't want to get caught out in the storm. I have been caught in the rain before. It's a less than pleasant experience, but storms or shifting weather patterns can really be make your day go bad. All right, last thing for hiking etiquette: groups. If you're hiking in a group, hike single file to avoid taking up too much space on the trail, and yield to single or pair hikers. Now, I've got to say, Saturday, the large groups did not adhere to this at all. And I actually had to get off of the trail entirely so people could hike 3 and 4 beside each other. Again, pretty laid back. Don't get irritated, hardly ever. This is educational. So if you're hiking in a group, when you come upon a single or a double hiker or hiking group, go single file, go 2 by 2, share the trail. Ensure that your group isn't disrupting other hikers or wildlife. We've talked about that. So those are some basic hiking etiquette things. Again, thank you for everyone who joined me tonight. Look forward to hearing from you in the comments. The future of this channel is, I'm really excited about it. I think the brand change will really help encompass what we're trying to accomplish together. So let's get outdoors. Let's be adventurous. and let's have a great time. Thank you. Have a wonderful night. God bless.